Okay, so this is the third time I'm filming this because the first time I had no audio. The second time, the audio was pulling from my cam link, and third time I've actually got audio from the mic. So let's go. Hopefully I've done enough talking now to where I can streamline this, because I find that I go on tangents sometimes, and given that this is such a broad topic, there's so much that I can really go on a tangent with, and that I need to focus more specific videos to really go in depth on a lot of things. So first of all, hi. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I'm Melonie Mac. I look like a mess right now because I went to the gym and mowed my lawn, and I just had random inspiration to make this video while I was mowing the lawn, as I do when I do mundane things like mow the lawn or go on a road trip or whatever it may be. I kind of daydream and get inspired. So that's where I'm at. So anyway, on this video, I wanted to address a question I get all the time. And that is, how do you do what you do for a living? Okay. So if you don't know what I do, I do a lot of things. I am a host. Right now I host for GameStop TV. I am a gaming streamer. I make content on the internet, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, like all kinds of stuff like that. And all that jazz. So that's what I do for my job. And I've been doing this full time since like 2013, but I started in the content creation space in general, late 2009, I think. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time. So I'm going to give my tips on how I kind of want to go more into the mindset of things more than anything, because you see all kinds of videos that are going to tell you things like have a schedule, be consistent, this and that, and those things are important, but I think that mindset just plays such a massive role, and I really wanted to cover that on this portion of the video. So any more specifics that I might need to go into, I will deep dive into those topics as they happen. Okay, so first and foremost, the most important thing, and this is what I tell everybody who asks, and anybody that might have the time to answer on this, or I'm just going to tell you right now, put your content out there, okay? If content creation is what you want to do, put your content out there. And the beauty of the internet is, like, you know, you could be doing this for 10 years or you could be doing it for a week, and you never know, you can go viral and explode on the internet. Like, that's the beauty of it. You could just be one upload away from a career in this space. So you have to put yourself out there. And you might be in the frame of mind of like, oh, you want everything to be perfect and you want to be great at it and you want to be an expert at it. But nobody is an expert at something when they first try it, for the most part. Some people are going to be more naturally gifted at certain things than others. I, for one, am not naturally gifted in front of camera, or that kind of stuff. I wasn't. It took me a lot of effort and time to learn how to do this kind of stuff and to figure out what works for me. Okay. So yeah, before I really dive into this too, let me just tell you, the first most important thing that I can tell you is, if it is your dream to be a content creator, do not quit your job. Do not quit your job for content creation. I'm going to quit my job so I can focus on this full time. Don't do that. Don't. Not unless you are in a position to where it is already not only paying your bills, but it's also giving you enough to save for whenever emergencies might happen, or say you might lose relevancy, and you give yourself enough time to where you can find another job and all that kind of stuff. So be responsible. I can't even tell you how many people quit their jobs or don't find jobs or don't have jobs because all they're doing is focusing on being famous. And you can really throw your life away doing that. And I've seen people do that, and it's unfortunate. So don't do that. Don't. Definitely. And here's another thing, okay? If you want something bad enough, you'll make it happen. All right? I didn't quit my job, my day job, until, and I know some people, they just assume that I've only done content creation my whole life. No. Like, I've worked regular jobs for years and years and years. All right? I was not quitting my job until I was at a point to where I could pay my bills with content creation and where I knew that I had enough saved to where if something didn't work out for me, I would have enough time to look for a job again. So that's what happened for me. And I definitely suggest that for everybody else. I just do. Cause it goes so much beyond just like being smart about it. It also applies to just, bettering yourself as a person, because even if you're in a situation to where you might not have bills, maybe you still live with your parents, and your parents might be like, oh, don't worry about it, you can just focus on this full time. In my opinion, unless you're already seeing the fruit of that and you've already like have some savings and stuff like that, I still think you need to be working a regular job until you can comfortably be in that position. So because it's just gonna help you be a more responsible person in general, and all that. And again, if you want something bad enough, it doesn't matter if you're working 8 hours a day or more. You're still gonna put in the time afterwards. You know what I mean? There's some people that might have all the free time in the world who still aren't gonna put in the energy into what they want. And then there's some people out there who are working their butts off. And I find that it's people who have other obligations and other stuff that they got to do to take care of themselves. They put in more effort generally than people who have all the free time in the world. It's funny how that works. So now let's say you're in a position now to where you have a lot of content out there. You're figuring out what's working for you. Kind of like, take a step back and reflect on what's working for you. Why do people watch you? Figure out why people watch you and be self-aware enough to acknowledge why people watch you. So for myself, okay, if I'm going to take a step back here, why do people watch me? All right. I'm not going to kid myself and say that people are watching me because of my elite skills at gaming. So yeah, I am self-aware enough to know that that's not why people are watching me. And because of that, I also don't put my entire focus on gaming, because I find that I just know the people who do support me, the people who are subscribing on Twitch, the people who are, supporting my endeavors, the core base there, watch me for my personality, for the most part, because I act like an idiot on the internet and they think it's funny, I think. I do feel like that's the core of people who watch me are very supportive for that reason. And I know that there's people who, and this is going to come up and it always does, or that they say, oh, they watch you because of your looks. They just want to bang you or whatever. I'm not going to say that there aren't people who watch me for those reasons, because there are. If I make posts like on Facebook especially, that's where most of those comments come from. Like, I can't even read them half the time because they make me extremely uncomfortable. So there are some people that do. Okay, I understand that. And there might be some people who watch me because they are attracted to me or whatever it may be. First of all, I'm flattered that that's even a case. But second of all, I think that if we're going to really talk about looks in general, like on the real here, looks definitely help get people by in almost all facets of life, if I'm being honest. So yeah, while it can help significantly in the entertainment field, in similar fields of entertainment, looks help people in any job. Like, I don't care if you're applying to be a janitor somewhere. If you got janitor 1 who is a hottie versus janitor 2 who may not be conventionally attractive, and they're both equally skilled at janitorial work, I don't know if that's a word, then just instinctively, human nature, the smoke show is probably going to get the job. Is it fair? No. But is it life? Yes. So, okay. And so, divulging on that more, when it comes to looks, I am a firm believer that your appearance is 50% of what your mama gave you, and the other 50% is what you do with it. Okay? Everybody, like, looks are subjective, all that jazz. And, but I'm telling you some factors that are really going to play into making you more physically appealing. And that's going to be, what you do with it. If I let myself go and I did nothing but eat Pizza Hut and Cinnabons every single day of my life, then, yeah. And then if I didn't take care of my skin, if I didn't take care of, like, my hair, whatever, all these things, if I didn't wear makeup, I don't know, like, you don't have to have makeup, but I'm just saying, like, all these things, all right? I probably, and not even probably, like, I wouldn't be as successful as I have been if I just completely let myself go. And you know what? I might not even have a career at all if I would have just completely let myself go from the gate. That's the reality of the situation. But part of what helps with that is that when I do put an effort into, like, working out, for example, or if I feel cute because, like, how I did my makeup that day, or whatever it may be, that helps me to be more confident, and it helps me to produce better content. So it's like a cycle. Look good, feel good. So yeah, I think that anybody who's watching this is capable of being the best version of themselves, and with the right effort, and you can make yourself feel better about yourself physically, and you can make yourself more confident. Like, you're capable of that. Okay. That's the reality of the situation. There's going to be some people who have more advantages. Some people are born more conventionally attractive than others. That's just how it is. But I think that what you do with it is going to play an absolute massive role. So if you want to talk about looks, we got that out of the way. And on that subject, okay, since we're on that subject, let's talk about victimhood mentally, okay? Because if you are in a perpetual state of victimhood, okay, you're holding yourself back, not only in the content creation space, but in every facet of life. And there are guys who will make comments and say, oh, I can never be a famous streamer because I'm not a hot girl, and you got to be a hot girl to be a famous streamer, and it must be nice to have tits, and, like, all this kind of stuff. They're in a victimhood mindset, okay? And they're justifying why they have not seen success in that field. And in doing so, they're not putting in the effort because they've already, like, made their excuses and bowed out, all right? A victimhood mindset is only going to hold you back, period. Like, don't, okay? So, Bob, who's complaining about being unattractive and saying that he can never make it as a streamer because he's unattractive. Dude, I got news for you, Bob. There's other streamers out there who you are hotter than them, and they're making it. What's your excuse now? You know what I mean? So that's the thing. And is there going to be certain things that are going to hold you back compared to another person? Yes, there are. All right. There's going to be disadvantages that I have, that you have, that Bob has, that whoever the next person has, all right? And there's going to be advantages that some people are just born with. That's life, all right? But if you're in a constant state of victimhood, and with that, especially if that bridges off into a state of entitlement, okay? Then you're further ruining yourself. Because there is not much worse than being in a state of victimhood and entitlement at the same time. And those can branch and go together, okay? And it can be easy to fall into that. Like, you can fall into that. Nobody is impervious to falling into that. I'm telling you, like, you can. But you can get yourself out of it at the same time. And I think that when you constantly focus on the disadvantages you have in life, you're only going to hurt yourself for what you can achieve. Okay? So I know for myself, for example, there's ways that I can, like, in questions I get asked on interviews and things like that all the time and stuff too. It's like, how does it feel to be a female in this male-dominated industry? And it must be hard. You must be at a disadvantage. And I will be honest in the fact that I do not like those questions. I don't. And I get those in massive amount of interviews that I do, any type of like podcast or like even if it's an interview for like an article or something, that gets brought up so much and I don't like it. Okay. Because I don't want to focus on, I don't dwell on any disadvantages, you know? And I do understand the fact that, okay, especially when I first got into this space, it was a lot more male dominated than now. And are there people who are not going to take me as serious as a dude in this same space? Yeah. But who cares? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm just like, who cares? I'm not going to put myself in a situation to where I let that hold me back and I'm just not. I'm not, okay? Because at the end of the day, like I got to work with what I have, okay? This is me. This is me. This is my personality, whatever that is, or this is who I am. This is how I was born. This, that, or the other. I'm working with what I got, okay? And I have to see myself as a capable person. And if I don't see myself as a capable person because of any disadvantages that I may have, then I'm not going to set myself up for success. Okay? So you who are watching this, you exactly how you are right now, any disadvantages that you may have compared to other people, you are still capable. Okay? You are still a capable person. All right? And the important thing to take away from this, in my opinion, is focus on being the best you that you can be, okay? What can you do? What can you do to be the best you possible? What can you do that's going to help you to be the best that you can be at this specific thing, okay? And that's important. And I think that's more important than comparing as well, okay? So if I'm going to compare myself to a bunch of other people, and it's hard not to on content creation, it's really hard not to look at somebody else thriving and doing things a certain way and want to kind of mimic them. And there's certain things that you can learn from other people, but at the end of the day, you need to be yourself and to do things to be true to yourself, because that's the thing that you can do. What can you do that nobody else can do? You can be yourself. Because excuse me. Okay, so here's the thing, is what do you have that other people don't? You are you. Nobody else can be you, okay, but you. So be the best you that you can be and let that come out in what you're doing. And yeah, you'll roll with it. All that stuff. Now, something else that I do want to say that's a little more, I guess, less mindset focused, that also helped me is especially having multiple things that I do. And this comes with fulfillment as well. So for someone who might get most of their gratification out of just streaming and they want to stream 12 hours a day, I mean, if that's what you really enjoy and you want to be live constantly, then yeah, you might want to put most of your focus on that, but it still helps to put some attention in other areas as well. VOD content, Instagram, other platforms, all that kind of stuff, because something else might take off for you. And I noticed for me, it's the combination of everything that I do that works for me more than just hyper focusing on one thing. Part of that is my personality too, just because I am into a lot of things. And so I would get bored if I only did one thing. And like, I'm telling you, the times that I spent where I was streaming as my main thing, and that's it basically, where it was just like every single day almost, that wasn't as fulfilling for me as what I do more focused now, which is I get to do a bunch of things and I like it. So fulfillment comes with fulfillment's a big factor in that as well. So yeah, you want to cast a bunch of different nets, see what's working for you. And if you do choose one specific thing to hyper focus on that, or if you're like me and you kind of like to balance multiple things like this because it's working together, then that's that. So yeah, there's that. There's all kinds of other things like sponsors, I could make videos about how to get sponsors, how to be marketable, how to reach out to sponsors, all that kind of stuff. Like, I can make videos specifically about that. I can make videos specifically about viewer support, about more analytics side of things. There's so many different things that I could focus more on, but I kind of just wanted to make this video about the overall mindset and to help get you on the right track to achieve what you want to. And I think another thing is be open to other opportunities that are of a similar nature. What you want might not be exactly what you're going to do, and might not be exactly what works out for you. And that's okay, because you can still find something along those lines that could work out for you. So when I think of this, I think about how, 2008, I remember I was like, I want to be a professional comic book artist. Like, that was my thing, man. Like, that's why my focus, and I love to draw and stuff like that. And so around that time, I was putting a ton of time into that, but then, I was working my regular job. Then I was spending a lot of time drawing and working on that side of things. And then, as time went on, in my free time, I started doing other things for fun, like making YouTube videos. And that's what really got started for me. And so, look at the path I'm on now. Am I a professional comic book artist? No. But look what I'm doing. I'm able to be a content creator for a living, and it's really fun and it's cool. And so, there might be a pleasant surprise along the way of another path that you might take. And to me, this is the path that I feel like I'm supposed to be on, and I feel like I'm on the right path, and this is fun for me, and I love it. And so yeah, be open to stuff like that. And also realize that, now when I want to talk about entitlement, this is a big thing for me. There are people who will hate watch other people who are doing the things that they want to do. And they will get mad about it and think, this person isn't even as good as me. I deserve this job, not them. Like, I want to be a host of Good Morning America, and Kelly Ripa is doing this when I'm better than her. Like, I don't even know if she still does Good Morning America. I'm just thinking of an example. Someone might hate watch her and think, I am better than her at hosting. I could do way better than her, but it's just not fair. That is the absolute stupid mindset. It's a stupid mindset, and you're stupid if you have that mindset. I'm sorry. Don't be stupid, okay? You're smarter than that. I know you're smarter than that. Don't let yourself be stuck in that mindset. Don't sit there and hate watch other streamers or content creators, artists, game developers, whatever it may be, that's doing something that you would like to do. And if you're sitting there and thinking, I'm better than that, and they're doing it and not me, wow, that's just how much life sucks. And you're only going to hold yourself back with that kind of mindset, because let's be real, with any job in the whole entire world, a lot of people that are succeeding in them aren't the best at it. They're not. And that's just reality, and it's always going to be reality, but they're doing it because of either a combination of effort and skill definitely does play some role in that, but then also the effort that goes behind it and just being smart about it or whatever, or maybe even a little luck. Okay. So that's just life, and you can either be bitter about it, and if you feel entitled to something, that's a shame, because I feel like in order to truly succeed in life and to live a fulfilling life in general is to not feel entitled to anything, and to be grateful for everything, and to just be in a state of living in the moment, and to go with the flow and take life how it is, and to be grateful for what has come your way and what you've worked for to achieve, and then focus on how you can be the best you that you can be, and how you can work toward your goals and your aspirations and anything else that might be related to that might work out for you. So yeah, I don't know. This isn't just specific to content creation, but it definitely plays a huge role. So if, I guess at the end of the day, the big takeaways that I want you to take from this video is, get out of a state of, entitlement and victimhood. Don't hold yourself back with stuff like that. Okay. and try to focus on just being appreciative in general, and gratefulness, and focus on what is fulfilling for you. For me, what's fulfilling is my channel is the Melonie Mac channel. Okay, that's me. Who's Melonie Mac? I'm Melonie Mac. So what's fulfilling for me is to do the things and to show the world and to show people the things that I like. Sometimes it's video games, sometimes it's anime, sometimes it's drawing, sometimes it's just like, oh, I'm into fitness right now. So this is fun for me. This is an undertaking I'm taking right now. This is my journey. I just like to share my world, a piece of my world, with people. And fortunately, it's something I'm doing now, and it's something that I'm focusing on, and it's something that I'm able to do full-time thanks to the support of my viewers and sponsors. So yeah, I'm grateful, and I'm really happy with that. And I find that the more that I'm just grateful for what I have achieved, things work out better for me with that mindset, instead of thinking to myself, I've been in this industry for 12 years. Why am I not as successful as this person who's only been in this for a year? You know, all that. That's not going to get me anywhere in life, okay? It's not. And that's the big thing, I guess, for me. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you want me to get more in-depth or specific about like a single thing about this kind of stuff, like sponsors or emails, your brand, image, all that kind of stuff, like, let me know in the comments and I can address those if wanted. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps at least somebody. I was just, like I said, mowing the lawn and felt this inspiration to put this video out there. So thank you. I'll catch you later. Peace.